flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for joining us. We're here tonight for a public hearing for Comcast public ascertainment. So I have a statement I'd like to read tonight before we get going here. Good evening, my name's J.R. Colby. I'm the chairman of the Newbury Board of Selectmen, which is the statutory issuing authority. Before going further, let me introduce the other members of the Board of Selectmen. Selectman Jeff Walker, Selectman Damon Jesperson, Selectwoman Alicia Greco, and also Chuck Bear, who has not joined us as of yet. Notice of tonight's hearing has been duly published in the Newburyport Daily News on August 28, 2018, and September 5th, 2018. I will provide copies of both notices for the public record. Tonight's hearing is mandated by the renewal provisions of the Federal Cable Act and applicable Massachusetts laws and regulations. The current cable license held by Comcast will expire on May 10th, 2019. The town is currently involved in the federally required ascertainment process. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to 1, identify the town's future cable-related community needs and interests, and 2, review the performance of Comcast under its current cable license. Once the town has gathered community input, it will inform Comcast of the kinds of services and facilities that the town expects will be provided during any possible renewal term. Thus, the testimony that you will give this evening is very important, and I encourage all of you to speak candidly and specifically about any cable-related matters. You must come up and provide testimony in order for your views to count and to be part of the official record, so please testify. When you come up to speak, please give your name and address. Because this is an ascertainment hearing for the town, I ask that you do not pose direct questions to and for Comcast to answer. All testimony and inquiries should be directed through me. Finally, I would like to clarify that while this is an ascertainment hearing on the cable television matters, there are 2 related subjects over which the Board of Selectmen have no authority to regulate. The first are the rates that the cable operators charge for their services. The second is the commercial programming that the cable operators choose to show on their cable systems. I realize that these are 2 important issues for cable subscribers. While people are certainly free to comment on these matters this evening, it is nonetheless important for everyone to realize that the Selectmen cannot mandate specific rates that Comcast can charge, nor can the Selectmen mandate specific commercial programming that Comcast carries on its Newbury cable system. With those introductory comments, I will first call on members of the public to testify. After that, I will call on representatives of the town to testify. I will then call on the town's, any members of the media committee to testify. Please come up to the microphone to speak. Do we have public comment? Would anyone like to come up and speak? Yeah. Come on up.
Steve Frank, 21 Forest Street. I'm just wondering if there's some way when we renew our contract with Comcast, if we can ensure that they put at least the hookups into every town-owned building, because you never know what's going to be used in an emergency, and it's just nice to have some kind of contact with the outside world in an emergency. So I think it's kind of important that we have it in every town-owned building.
Thank you.
Can I ask you to clarify, what do you mean by hookups? Hookups what?
We should have the plugs there that are active, so if you have 25 or 30 people in an evacuation site, maybe from Plum Island, who knows what, you can bring in a television with the cables and plug into it and get reception.
I see, thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Any other members of the public would like to testify? For that, I'm gonna read letters. First is from Heidi Fram, Byfield Community Arts Center Board President. Hello, the Byfield Community Arts Center, housed in a town-owned building, would appreciate consideration in negotiations with Comcast. Having internet service would be in addition to the services we offer to prospective renters and also would provide us with the ability to broadcast our events. In our personal negotiations with Comcast, we were unable to reach a reasonable price for service and thus did not entertain a contract with Comcast. While we are certainly willing to pay for service, our funds for this are limited. We appreciate any consideration that the town may be able to implement. Thank you, Heidi Fran, BCAC Board President. Okay, we also have a letter from Steve Mangian. Regarding Comcast and service to Newbury, I urge that access be provided for the following: New Hampshire PBS Channel 11, New Hampshire WMUR Channel 9, and Maine PBS, and it says Channel 26, I think. Our community is situated near the conjunction of 3 states. Having access to these channels will enhance our knowledge of what's happening in our area. Thanks, Steve Mangian. And we have a letter from Evelyn Noyce to the Board of Selectmen, Town of Newbury, September 11th, 2018. It is my understanding you will be discussing the Comcast contract at your September 12th meeting. I cannot attend, but on behalf of the elderly, I'd like to ask for some financial consideration for them regarding their cable cost. Years ago, the cable contract was negotiated so the elderly received free cable in the community rooms at all 3 projects: Oak Ridge, Quaker Hill, and Newbury Village. Over the years, that was taken away. The housing management has provided basic cable for them, but it would be great for them to be able to have movie channels, sports, and music. When they gather in the community room to watch TV, it actually provides more than just entertainment. It gives them others to socialize with. I wish that reduced cable and internet costs would be available for all the elderly in town. When you are making financial decisions as an elderly person, other living costs take precedent over cable, but cable brings enjoyment to their lives, especially during the winter months. Thank you for considering this on behalf of the elderly. Evelyn Noyce. And I also have a letter from Brian Forget from Triton, the superintendent of Triton. I'm including you as I have chatted with, well, this is initially addressed to Alicia and Tracy. I'm including you both as I chatted with you both about the cable discussion. I know there is a hearing tomorrow night. We're requested to be there, but there's a conflict with school committee. As such, I wanted to at least give you some rough numbers of our needs as requested. There are 3 attachments and reflect all rough quotes. Given the timing, these would need to be further refined if we were to move forward. Number 1, video production equipment. This is in the must-have category, as it is the replacement of the cameras, TriCaster, etc. These are the items that will allow us to continue to capture the video for committee meetings into the future. This upgrades the HD capability as well as addressing failing equipment. The total cost for this equipment is $24,254 and comes through Krista Thomas, the Newbury consultant that was hired. Audio equipment. This is in the really need category. And this is a quote to replace all the current microphones for committee use. Many of the mics are on frequencies sold to cell companies by the FCC, so we're approaching the end of life on our old system. This proposal includes gooseneck-style meeting microphones. These are wireless, as we don't have an effective way to use wired since our meeting space is in our high school library. Total for this expenditure is $18,156 and reflects a significant discount. And it says this is Dick Bazigan's company, who's a man who lives in town, who's obviously willing to help this process. Cabling, this quote includes the wiring and hardware to connect the gymnasium, auditorium, and library.
There's some missing language here.
Yeah, I think the end of that was cut off.
Yeah, I have it right now.
I can pull it up.
I have it. Do you want me to continue?
Sure.
Go ahead.
This quote includes the wiring and hardware connect the gymnasium, auditorium, and library for future live broadcasts. There is a hard figure provided, and then our network admin believes there's roughly another $12,000 worth of network switching to make all those connections. This quote totals $20,035, including the 12K estimate. So that's a total of $62,445. That would all be nice, but number one and number two for audio and video upgrades are the real priority, totaling $42,410. This does not wire the stadium for live broadcast, and this does not include any other equipment that Comcast may require and provide or not to be able to actually broadcast a signal to subscribers. I hope this makes sense, because we can do it on short notice. Thanks, Brian.
Okay, then we have quotes, which will be part of the record. Okay,
We've had another person show up.
oh, would you like to comment? It's important to know to the people at home, anyone listening, if you couldn't be here tonight, written testimony or comments may be submitted to the Board of Selectmen's office by Wednesday, September 19th, 2018. These comments should be sent to the Board of Selectmen's office, Newbury Municipal Offices, 12 Kent Way, Suite 101, Byfield, Mass. So if you weren't able to attend tonight and you would like to comment, public comment will be open. We will be receiving correspondence and entering it into the record for another week, up until September 19th, 2018. So if you couldn't be here tonight but you want to comment, please send us a letter.
Well, I don't know if Susan wants to comment, or any of us before I make the motion on that, or do you want me to make the motion right now?
We'll make the motion for that and then move on to us.
Okay. I move that in order to receive additional written testimony, I move to keep tonight's public ascertainment hearing open for 7 days or until the end of business day on Wednesday, September 19th, 2018 at 4 p.m., at which time the public hearing and record will be closed. Interested parties are encouraged to submit written testimony on any renewal-related issues discussed tonight, or indeed regarding any overall cable-related issues.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. And before we move on further in this hearing, if anyone at home has any questions about tonight's hearing or the cable television renewal process, please call the Board of Selectmen's office at 978-465-0862, extension 301. Okay. Representatives of the town. Would anyone like to comment? I'll start with our board.
The comments that I most often receive are from people who cannot get cable to come to their houses at a reasonable price.
Because of,
Because of the distance to their driveway, the distance from their road, the lack of other people on their road that have cable. And a lot of people have read in the Comcast agreement that access is guaranteed, and they feel that that need is not being met. When I first joined the board, I had a whole list of people, which I could not find for tonight, who came up to me and said, you know, they want X amount of money just to bring a service that they're gonna charge me a monthly fee for, and I can't afford it. So that seemed to be in contradiction of the current agreement. And I think that should be addressed as we move forward, because at this point, access to cable is essentially, it's almost a economic necessity for some people. And so I think we need to make sure that an actual affordable access is guaranteed for our citizenship.
For all residents.
Everyone.
I think to add to that too is the fact that with cable sometimes comes Wi-Fi and the connection with the modem, which provides, I know in our area, cell phones don't work unless we're connected to, unless we have Wi-Fi. And with 9/11 and everything else, it becomes a real serious complication. So,
I've heard from the senior citizens in town that there's residents in the surrounding areas, Newbury, Port being one, that have a discount, a need-based, you have to qualify for just a small portion of the cable access. And I'd like to see our residents in Newbury be offered the same discount, just to be on par with the surrounding area.
okay. Any other comments from our board?
No, that's the
Okay.
only issue.
Susan or Caleb, would you like to weigh in on anything?
I don't think at this time. I think that you know, we can, if you want something from us, we can certainly do that
Okay.
within the comment period, but.
Right. Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself and make a statement?
Sure, Greg Franz from Comcast. I do appreciate the opportunity to meet you all and hear what the residents and officials have to say about cable-related needs. I'm sure that during negotiations, we'll be able to address everything that I heard tonight. And I'm confident we'll be able to reach an agreement before the expiration. So thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming
Thank
tonight,
you.
Greg. All right, I guess that'll vote. I'm not missing anything, right? Someone catch me if I am.
Well, we just have to submit the newspapers,
Yeah,
the stenographer, and
All right, so I'd like to, I'll give you, these will be right here for you. That's it, advertisement. And, thank you all for attending tonight, everyone that could come. Anyone at home, just a reminder, we have a week to receive correspondence. If anyone wants to weigh in on any of these cable issues, the public record will be open till Wednesday, September 19th, 2018. And direct those letters to the Board of Selectmen's office, Newbury Municipal Offices, 12 Kent Way, Suite 101, Byfield, Mass. 01922. And, thank you all for attending tonight's public ascertainment hearing.
motion to close tonight's meeting.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.